Whacky Wednesday. How wacky is it? Well, wacky enough for me to realize I have not done a Wacky Wednesday in, well, many Wednesdays. Why is that? Because for the most part, I've been removing myself from the external combustion that is happening and to view it as an observer, as if I'm watching something on Netflix that's been created by producers and directors and actors and so on. And I really want to take it all in. I just want to observe it without it affecting or affecting me as a person. So it's not altering my personality, it's not altering my DNA. It's not creating havoc or illness or dis-ease emotionally, physically, mentally, which would all hamper my spiritual. Because life is a spiritual experience through our spirit housed within this physical avatar. So I've been getting a lot of messages, been going through off and on, very, very vivid dreams. And again, as you all know, most of my dreams, I'll just say, "Hey, that was really bizarre." And if you want me to know more about it, let me know. If not, we're just going to drop it and let it go. I'm not going to allow it to fester and to consume my thoughts, right? And as we are building up towards what I want to call this summer solstice time of year, there are still a lot of people out here predicting this is going to happen, that's going to happen. I have this information, I have that information, I'm channeling this, I'm channeling this person, that person, this entity, so on and so forth. And as I've always said, many people are on very corrupted lines. They're on party lines. So there's a lot of things to be left to interpretation due to the disruption through all of the mixed communication and the people and things, good, bad, and indifferent, that are on those lines, corroding the real messages. And unless you step back, clear off your own cords, wires, etheric, light body dome, you'll get attached to a lot of these things because it's very difficult to unhear or unsee some of the things that other people are saying. And I know for me, I've backed up and been just saying, if it's not for my highest good, I don't want it to come across any of my social media or across my plate. And so I haven't known what's been going on politically, religiously. It's just literally just not in my social media radar. And so there are times where I'll go for a walk and I go, hey, what's on YouTube that I could listen to that's productive? And I'll see some things about Diddy or occasionally some things about someone else. And I'll be like, nah, swipe. I'm not going to be, I can't unhear things. I don't want to waste my time and I can't get my time back. And I don't want to give this time that I feel is in the void. I'm in this neutral place and I don't want things to sway me one way or the other because I'm trying to find my own balance on my own pendulum field. And I need to filter through that, feel, see, and sense on my own without all these other things that are distractions. So I've been very fortunate that a lot of this has just been bypassing me. And then, I'll say, Spirit, that was really an interesting thing you just shared with me. And Spirit, of course, is Source, is my higher self, my guide team, the me, because everything is me, right? And I'll say, am I supposed to make a video about that? And they'll go, yeah, you could make a note about it. It's up to you. And then the energetics of it just fade away. So I just don't get on here. I'm doing some things on my podcast interviews, and those are on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, etc. So it's Keep It Spiritually Simple. You can certainly tune into shows there. I am noticing that there are many different types of humans walking around right now, some of which who had their soup stirred, triggers happening, and they just want to blame everything on everyone else and gouge your eyes out, not take responsibility for their own participation. I've had others who have taken that path before but are awakening to, this doesn't serve me. This behavior is not becoming of me. So the greater part of me that wants to rise to higher elevations, I need to let some of this shiat go. And the way I've treated people, I need to apologize. I need to atone for that. And even if I can't physically say something directly to that person, I can certainly have a conversation with myself and my guide team and work on forgiveness for my own actions of stupidity and ignorance and so on. And apologize in those ways and cut those cords. So I'm seeing that as well. I'm also seeing the display of jobs just evaporating in front of other people. Like they're there and then they're not there anymore. And the opportunities seem like there are less. And the greater part of all of that is the disappearance of certain careers and jobs and so on. So I see that market changing a lot for many of us. There are many of us out here that are going through things that are hitting our physicality. I woke up this morning with horrible vertigo, and I knew this too shall pass, but I knew I was going to have a next few days of sheer busyness, and so I decided to hit the chiropractor early. She was able to squeeze me in. And we did a couple different maneuvers and then some very light adjustments. And before I was at the end of her driveway, I was jumping out of my car barfing because vertigo leads to the stomach. So this is all about upgrades, side grades, uploads, downloads, releasing, detoxing. Call it whatever you will. But most of us are still looking outside of us for all the answers, which is why we're tuning in and increasing the algorithms for other people. And then those people think, oh, we got to give them more, because that's obviously a topic people want to hear about. Look at all the likes, subscribes, and shares I'm getting from that. And technically you could be riding a tightrope of not so supportive, because you're supporting energy that you're feeding into more energy, making it a heavier line. And so maybe you need to step off of that and be one less on that tightrope with these other people, because once again, it's a distraction. It's a distraction. And it doesn't boost your performance as wanting to be a higher vibrational frequency being. As a matter of fact, it lags it down. It subtracts from your positivity. It's like putting, money in a bucket and the bottom of the bucket has holes in it. You think you're collecting something, but it's disappearing out of the bottom, but your money is gone regardless. And that's what's happening with your time. That's what's happening with a lot of things that are going on right now. So if you're experiencing agitation, if you're experiencing anxiety, if you're experiencing vertigo, you're experiencing digestive issues, don't just chalk it up to ascension symptoms. Just say, hey, I'm experiencing something and I'm not sure what it is, but I want to be present with it and let it just go with the flow to the best of my ability and reach out for some assistance if I need to, so that I could coast, because none of us want to go down, be in the bed or ill for a number of days for whatever it is that's happening, emotional, physical, mental. So one of the things, I've really strived for, especially since prior to 2019, and that was to release a lot of the distractions and then to live my life untampered. So I didn't tamper with what was going on. I wanted to be with it and understand it from every level and feel it and not jump out of its uncomfortability and not avoid things, putting things off, procrastinating on facing myself. So we're really working on letting go of the density that doesn't serve. So recently, again, it's been clean out the closets. Oh my gosh, you don't need this stuff. Let it be someone else's, go donate it. Oh my gosh, you don't need all this stuff from the grocery store. I know the other side keeps saying, fill your cabinets, it's going to be more expensive and harder to get. Okay, but my guides tell me only get what you need. And if you are, somebody that eats, say, a lot of rice, maybe buy an extra bag of rice in case you do need some more, because it'll certainly keep. You don't have to buy it down the road, or you can share it. But we are moving into this phase where we're less hungry. We don't need as much. And yes, I know that everyone's out there, but you need 30 grams of protein each meal. You need this, you need that. And I get it. Trust me, I do. It's not so much the protein, it's how the protein breaks down into amino acids that help sustain the muscles. Now, I myself am trying to play catch up for being lazy for 10 years and not really doing enough workouts. And so my muscles are seeing the atrophy. They're seeing a little bit of that aging happening. And I'm like, okay, well, let me get in here and see if I could do some body strength training by simply doing yoga and lifting my own ass up off the mat. Let me see if I could do this. Let me walk some more. Let me do some other things and build myself up to then picking up some light weights and moving into heavier weights. I have to do what's right for me and the injuries within I live. Okay, I live within injuries. So I have to love myself and look at myself as a unique, custom blended human being that has lived life and has had some stumbles and falls. And so I need to accompany those by slowing my roll a little bit and being super conscientious of my posture and super conscientious of my whole body mechanics. And this energy that's been put out here right now, again, you have a lot of closure and the newness hasn't quite opened yet. So it's left a lot of people weeble wobble and falling down. So while we're watching the world stage do what it does, tune it back in, close the curtains, and work on you so that you are the strongest anchor no matter what the exterior presents. No matter what the weather may bring, you are prepared for it. And that every cell is strong and it is immune to a lot of this flying debris. And you can choose it so. You can create it so. But it takes due diligence. It takes mindfulness. And it takes the fact that I don't want to untamper things. I want to be present. Because this could be old stuff that just needs to come to the surface and be skimmed off. I've done so many videos on those. It's like all the sediment from the bottom needs to come up and then it needs to be skimmed off. A little more comes up, skim it off. A little more comes up, skim it off. So each time every layer of your body, known and unknown to you, can become lighter and brighter and clearer on all angles. You can choose to be happy through all of what looks like chaos and turmoil. I explained to someone the other day, and they're like, well, I think the current president's a savior, and, I think, he's doing this and that because this is what they've heard from other people. And what do you think, Sandy? And I said, well, I'll tell you what I have downloaded for quite some time, and that is that there's two sides of the deep state, and they're both fighting for power. And in order for one to look good, they've got to make the other look really, really bad. But they're all still the same state. So unless I see it, hear it, and experience it for myself, I do not want to hear what other people predict. And I am just waiting for these white hat operatives to just disappear from the planet. Stop planting all these dirty seeds. I'm just waiting for all these people that are channeling, swearing that they're channeling something good and divine, to just have that cord broken and realize, oh shit, I've been telling people all this stuff because it's brought a lot of notoriety to me, a lot of business to me. But if I really think about it, was I truly a clear channel? The answer to that is generally no, you're not. So while we're going through all of this, I just encourage each and every one of you to nudge yourself forward by learning how to stand still in the right here and the right now. And say, what is it around me that could be cleaned up? What is it around me? And how am I viewing it? What is my perception of it? And is there something that I could do to make it a little more fortified for those that I love that are in my space? And can I just be one person that just gets out of this web that's been weaved for you? Can I break free and be okay floating around on my own? And the answer to that is you absolutely can. And to say, I trust myself, I love myself, I am safe. I trust myself, I love myself, and I am safe. I came here to this planet at this time. Whether you chose it or didn't, don't fall into all of that. Don't get caught up into all of that. You are here in this moment, whether you made some contract pre-soul and into the physical or not. You are here. So how do you maneuver to the best of your ability and be an example of love to those that are around you? So you've got to fortify and strengthen all of your filtration systems and let go of things that absolutely do not serve you. I said something to someone the other day. I said, you know what? I just want to get rid of everything. I want 10 pairs of underwear, a couple pairs of shorts and tops, maybe a black dress for a funeral and a wedding, blah, blah, blah. And then someone was like, really? Well, I could kind of relate to that. I said, okay, forget it. 20 pairs of underwear because I don't want to have to do that much laundry. But we don't need all the stuff to keep up with the next door neighbors. As long as we have what we truly need and their quality versus quantity, and you're within your means and your budget and you're not going crazy, you're going to be okay. And then start having these conversations with spirit and self. How would I like to see some things unfold for my day? And then start, the moment you open your eyes, be so thankful and grateful for opening your eyes and for the bed and for the floor that's beneath you and for the water that's about to run to wash your face, brush your teeth, take a shower, for the clothing that you're about to put on that's going to protect you from the elements, to the lotion, to the makeup, to the food that you're about to prepare, to the vehicle or transportation to get you to and from wherever it is that you've got to go, and the roads that have been built for you to take the transportation on it. And if you don't see a lot of prettiness in what it is you do on those trips, maybe look up at the sky and see the beauty in the sky. Instead of looking at everything as a doom gloom, everyone's out to get me, which is a very, very heavy coat to wear. So take this time to live in the moment, microdose all day the things that really do nurture you and support you. Microdose them. Just try it. And just give yourself the love that you are. The love that you want to be to others, give it to yourself. Be the example to others that you are doing this, so can they. So you will become the embodiment and the epitome of what it is that you want to be. You will live it, breathe it, walk it, talk it, deliver it with an abundance of love. And just see it emanating out of you. You're just walking, living, breathing, loving light of Source Creator Self in this etheric, energetics, physical being. And taking care of you, you begin to take care of those that are around you in a better way. And steer away from all this manipulation that is happening and this hijacking that is happening on social media and all these diversions and distractions and all these seed planting that makes you doubt or wonder or create fear, anxiety, hatred. Stay out of it. Be one less in the mess. All right, that's enough for me. Have a fabulous day, everybody. Whacky Wednesday. Tomorrow we got maybe Thirsty Thursday. I don't know. I got to work all day, so if something comes to me, I'll come on. Sometimes I feel like I go off and then I come back on a few days. But please do go over to my podcast and listen to some of the interviews. Like it, subscribe, share, leave me comments. Do the same thing here. And just know I'm here for you. Just remember you are love. All right? Bye, everybody.